Hi, eighth graders. Here are your directions for today, Monday, March 8th. First, as usual, and as every Monday, do the Monday attendance from the agenda. Second, your element activity is due today at the end of the period. So I linked the video directions that have always been there, and I also linked each of your class periods. So right here is slide or the agenda for periods 2, 4, 6. And in my periods 3, 1, 3, 5, give me a second, it's loading. They're linked here as well. Okay, so you can click the link and it'll bring you right to the Instagram activity. And then if you open it up, keep in mind that the directions are the directions for the next slide. So for slide 2 directions, here they are. You needed to have your profile picture. Your element name is your element name. It is not your name. A tagline, something creative. And then here are your first 3 viewings of your post. So if you click periodic table, it'll bring you to the periodic table post with your caption. A lot of us are forgetting to write our caption. Make sure you include everything that the caption says. Element name, element symbol, what period, remember period is the row, and what family group it's in. Atomic number and atomic mass. That all has to be somehow listed in your caption. It can be your location. It can be in hashtags. And then your picture. Remember, we double tap. Double tap and you do the replace image. Okay. So you needed to do that post. You need to do your Bohr model post. Again, a picture of the Bohr model and your caption. How many protons does your Bohr model have? How many neutrons? How many electrons? How many energy shells? So the rings that surround the nucleus. And how many valence electrons does your atom have? This is also a great tool to review for your test. It's either on Thursday or Friday. You can always use your notes if you don't remember. And then the last post that you had to do was element everyday use. So you could type in oxygen everyday uses. There's multiple uses for all of your elements. All you have to do is just pick one in the everyday life. Find a picture of it. It can be something creative. It doesn't have to be the actual use of it. And then you need to make sure you explain what matter it is, explain the use, and any other information. Then you get to the stop sign and you stop. So I'm not sure why some of us are moving on past slide 9 when it's talking about an ion model. We have not done ions. Yes, you can Google it, but it's not going to make sense. So you are stopping at the stop sign. You are doing slides 1 through 8 and you stop. Then you hit turn in. This is due at the end of the period. You've had 2 full days to work on it. Okay, so when you turn it in, your next task is you can review your 20 elements. Your quiz is tomorrow or Wednesday, depending on when I see you. And then your study guide for your test that's on Thursday and Friday, which is linked as well. Okay. And your study guide goes over your vocab. I don't care if you don't do the relationship, that column, as long as you get your definition. I would use your definition from your notes rather than Google, just because my definitions I've given you are much more simpler. And you will see those direct definitions on your test. So your directions or your definitions, then label the parts of an atom. You've seen this already. This has been on a quiz of yours already. Explain why an atom is considered neutral, meaning it is not positive and it is not negative. Then do the Bohr model for chlorine, protons, neutrons, atomic number, atomic mass. Place your electrons on the shells and how many valence electrons it has. And lastly, you're given a Bohr model of aluminum, but it is wrong. It's not correct. Here is all the information from aluminum. Its atomic number is 13 and its mass is 27. Based on this information and based on where aluminum is on the periodic table, in detail explain why this Bohr model is wrong. Okay. And then that's your study guide. So again, You are finishing your Instagram activity. It is due today, by the end of the day today, by 3 p.m. Okay, when you're done with that, turn it in. Review your 20 elements for your quiz on Tuesday, which is tomorrow or Wednesday. Your study guide, and some of us might have our study guide done or very close to it. So if you do have your study guide done, message me and I will send you the study guide key, the answer key, so you can correct. And then here's all the tools you can use to review for your test. Periodic table trends / Bohr model notes, just Bohr model notes video, PDF notes, how to do a Bohr example, your quizzes from last week's afternoon, and your IXL. Okay, so if you get all of this done, message me so I will send you the answer key so you can check your answers for your study guide. All right, hope this helps.